Okay, today I decided I'm going to show you all how to make something I like to call Omuramen. It's a variation of Omurice, which is a popular dish in Japan and Korea, probably other parts of Asia. And although I'm sure I'm not the first person to think of it, a YouTube search for Omuramen turned up 0 results, which is pretty rare on YouTube. And I probably am going to be one of the first people to try this with cheap instant ramen. You can make simple but delicious versions of this for under $1. And you can add whatever ingredients you want to it on top of that to make it even tastier. Anyways, you start with a pan of water, which I got heating up here. And just a couple cheap packages of ramen. Doesn't really matter what brand you use, but this is my preferred brand. Plop it in the water. Some people like to let the water boil first before they cook their ramen, but I don't care. And I'm going to use 2 bricks instead of just 1. You can do it with 1, but because of the size of the bowl that I'm going to use later on, I'm going to do 2. And then I can either scarf it all down now or make 2 meals out of it. Just pour your powder in there. Usually I only use 1 packet of powder even when I'm cooking 2 bricks, but since I'm going to be draining the water from this later, I'm going to use both packages. Alright. Just to let that boil up there, and I'll be right back. Actually, I almost forgot. I'm going to add some hot dogs to mine, because this is a meal designed to be cheap, and you can buy a package of hot dogs for only $1. I'm only using half the package, so that's 50 cents in hot dogs and about 40 cents worth of ramen, since you can buy individual packages for 19 cents, and you can get them even cheaper if you buy them in bulk. Alright, time to finish boiling that. I'll be right back. Oh, and I just found a couple peppers in my fridge, so I'm going to chop those up and add them just for a little bit of extra flavor. I mean, not, well, flavor, but mostly color. I want it to look pretty for the video. This is not something I would normally do if I was just making this for a meal, because it doesn't add that much, but it will look pretty, and some people like peppers. It's about probably 50 cents worth of peppers here. I don't even know because I bought them in bulk, but they're like 99 cents a pound, and each pepper weighs maybe half a pound, probably less. This knife isn't very sharp. This is not a professional cooking channel. Alright, I'm going to finish chopping those up, and I'll be back. Alright, so the ramen's come to a boil, so I'm going to toss these peppers in now, because I don't want to cook them too long. I don't want them to be too soft. A little bit of crisp is nice. Just going to toss those right in. Stir it up a little bit. Oh yeah, I almost forgot this hot dog's in there too. And I'm going to turn down the heat. Actually, I'm going to turn off the heat, and I'm going to remove it from the heat. And next step. Alright, this is completely optional. It's going to add more money to the bill, but it's if you want a more authentic ramen experience. You got to put pork in it, basically. So I bought the cheapest pork they had at the supermarket, which is $2.58 for this thin sliced pork. I'm only going to use 1 of them, so that's less than $1. And actually, I should let that boil first. But I'll be back when that starts boiling. For some reason, they boil these for the ramen. I would probably grill it, but I'm going to do it the way they do it. Okay, I rinsed off my board because it was a little too close to the pork, and I've removed the hot dogs from the water. I'm just going to chop those into slices. And I dropped my knife. Alright, now I'm just going to toss these right back into the ramen. Which I'm going to mix up a little bit. Now I'm going to drain all of the water out, but I'm actually going to save some of the broth in a bowl. Because I might need that a little bit later. Okay, now that that's drained, I'm going to take a round bowl. This bowl from past experience I'm pretty sure is just the right size. Put all the ramen into there and spill as much as you can on the counter. Alright. Yep, perfect size bowl. It goes right to the top. Just push that down just a little bit. And this is going to be left to just sit for a little while the rest is done. That's actually important that you let this sit for a little while. And I'll be back once the water starts boiling over here, which I forgot to turn the heat on. Okay, I keep forgetting steps. I'm going to have to tell people to watch the entire video before they attempt to make this. Something you want to do before you put it in the small bowl is you want to put your sauce in there. I think most people would probably prefer ketchup. It actually tastes pretty good with the hot dogs. But I am going to go with a little bit of barbecue sauce. There's many different sauces you could do this. You could actually do this with cheese and have yourself a cheesy ramen. This is actually, even without the egg that I'm going to put on at the end, this is one of my favorite homemade ramen recipes is barbecue sauce and ramen with a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it. And it's amazing. I could eat it forever. If I was a millionaire, I'd still eat it. And then you'll want to stir that up. It's nice mixed together. Like I said, you gotta make sure you get as much of this on the counter as possible. Very important. Alright, that's good. Now back into the small bowl with this. Like I said, no joke, it's important that you let this sit for a little while so they all kind of gels together, sticks together. Perfect. I'm going to set that aside. And what great timing. My water is now boiling. And I'm just going to put one piece of pork in there, put the rest back in the fridge. And I'm going to add some salt to that. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Oh look, the robins are out. Still snow on the ground, but the robins are out. Anyway, I put the pork on another burner, let that finish cooking up. I also added some soy sauce just for color because it was coming out so pale. I don't know if it's going to help the flavor or not, but I did it. Alright, take your frying pan. If you don't have a non-stick frying pan, and this pan is not very good at non-stick, just add a little bit of oil of some sort. And you're going to want to get a couple eggs. My eggs are kind of small, so I am going to grab 3. Even though the recipe that I'm basing this off of, the Omurice recipe, I'm basing this off of what I call for 2 eggs. My eggs are really small, so I'm just go. Heat those up a little bit. Drain some of this oil off. And here we go. Yeah, that looks just about right. I think my oven's a little bit uneven. There we go. That's good. Let that cook up. And this pork is got to be done by now. I let it cook a little extra long because it's pork. Alright, I'll be back when that's ready to flip. Uh-oh, it's crackling. I hope I didn't let this sit too long. Time to try and peel this bad boy up. There we go. And flip. It's a little more brown than I normally would have liked, but that's okay. It'll still taste great. And I'm going to turn off the heat, let the rest cook with that residual heat. Okay, we're almost done. Now, on my plate here, I think this bowl of ramen is sat just long enough. I'm going to flip that over. Perfect. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is... Actually, I'm not going to do that. I put the barbecue sauce on. I was going to put a little squirt of ketchup over the top of that, but I'm not going to because of the barbecue sauce. Okay, I think this egg is good and ready. Oh, damn. I almost forgot. I almost forgot the pork. This does not look like a traditional piece of ramen pork, but whatever. I'm going to put that right on top there. It'll still taste good. And drum roll, please. Ah, there we go. That is quite the hot piece. Ow. Alright, I'm going to let that cool down a little bit and then push it down a little more. But you get the picture. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Be right back. Alright, that's looking pretty good. That's about done right there. I wish I had made the omelet just about an inch bigger if I had a bigger pan so that I could fold it under and then it would look amazing. But that is, you know, you can make that with 40 cents worth of ramen, a little bit of barbecue sauce, which you probably got lying around your house anyways, and 2 or 3 eggs for, you know, whatever an egg costs, 10 cents. And last thing to do here, just get your favorite silver platter. Place that right there. Get your fork and I'm going to put a little bit of that ramen broth in here. The reason for that is, you know, if that ramen's a little bit dry, most people are used to having broth. You can take a little sip or drizzle a little broth on there and moisten it right up. Pour a glass of your finest orange crush. And dig in. Oh my god, that is delicious. I'm gonna eat this whole thing. This is probably the best one I've made yet. Who knows, maybe the added peppers, which I don't normally do, maybe that just made the difference. That is amazing. Anyways, I hope you like it. You can do this for as cheap as under $1 or add whatever you want to it. Add the pork to it for a couple bucks. Add some expensive beef to it, you know. Until next time.